Hey everyone, my name's Adam Archer, and today we're going to be taking a look at my custom knife collection. So these are the knives that I have that are handmade or hand ground. Some of them are considered really mid-tex because it was just really hand ground. I may have some more that were hand ground that I am not including in here, but that's because I can't confirm they were in fact hand ground. So let's start off with this side and then go over, and these are some of the most special ones right there. I'm not including knives that I made myself. I just have this one kind of as an example. So I have made a knife before, but all these other ones were not made by me. So just wanted to show one that I did make. But let's start on this side and then go over. First off, we have the Dalton Cupid. This is the first generation Cupid. Also, some people know it as the Joker's knife. I featured this knife a few times on my channel. Single action out the front. Right there. Pretty awesome. Next, we have the Valeton Chameleon. This is a custom knife made by Valeton. So the interesting thing about this, you can either open it using a thumb stud or press a hidden button in the handle or a hidden lever, and it opens it up automatically. Not very strongly, but this is a rather old knife. You can see there. Let's zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see these knives. So I'll talk about where I purchased each of these. Most of them have been, almost all of them actually, have been at Blade Show. So purchased this one actually down in Florida when I was on vacation. The Valeton I purchased at Blade Show and actually had it fixed by Valeton because one of the spacers was missing. Next we have the Diskin, or matte Diskin. This is called the Wheel. Has some very special features on it. You can see it has carbon fiber back spacer, carbon fiber pocket clip, has almost a liner / frame lock. You can see this is actually part of the lock right there. And then what also makes this knife a little bit special, you can open up using either the thumb hole or you spin this wheel and it rockets open. Kind of a neat knife that was hand ground. Next we have the Woolum Steenkamp. I don't know, this did have a model number, but it was like a letter and then numbers. One of my more commonly carried knives. Most of these I don't carry. This is really the only custom knife that I carry. This was custom made for me with the blue and black G10 and 690 blade steel. It is a flipper. Tip up right hand carry pocket clip. Just a beautiful knife. You can see that blade right there. Next we have a frame lock by JD, I think it's Deventer. Let's see, there we go. So this is actually a front flipper. Not commonly seen in the United States, that design, but it is a South African maker. The Woolum Steenkamp is also South African maker, as well as this one right here. They have some very talented makers. Two-tone blade, so you have the stonewash finish and then the satin flats, or the stonewash grind and satin flats. You really have to get used to opening how you open that. I got a little bit rusty, and you can open it slower, just like that. We'll go with the other South African knife. And This is made by Arno Bernard. Mostly makes fixed blades, but this is a rather interesting folding knife with carbon fiber inlay. Uses S90V blade steel and has some neat push button as well, or a neat button lock as well as thumb stud. Right there. It's not an automatic, it's a manual action with a button lock. We have a Greg Lightfoot, I believe this is the Mini LCC, with silver twill G10. And it also has the thumb studs made by CRKT. I believe it's probably about 15 years old now. Has the shark logo right there. Pretty neat knife. You guys can't really see that due to the lighting, but hopefully you can appreciate the blade. Next is probably one of the more sentimental knives to me. This was made by John Hauser, or the late John Hauser. It is modeled after a case design, and it is a slip joint. ATS 34 blade steel. Very wicked blade, that is. John Hauser. I don't know if you can see that on the tang. Oop. I have this focusing off in a corner. So hopefully you guys were actually able to see any of my stuff. Hopefully it was all in focus. We'll close that back up. Actually, there we go. That has giraffe bone handles. Right there. So kind of neat that two completely different shades. We'll have the Emerson for last because it's probably one of the most special knives on this table. We have, let's see the exact model name. This is the Quaken by Jason Clark. Super smooth opening. Damascus blade. Black titanium pocket clip. And the holes in the handle. Very unique design. Or, well, it's not too unique. It's the Quaken design. So, I believe multiple different makers make this design. But absolutely super smooth. You can just closes on its own basically. Uses Glock Damascus, which is actually printed on the inside of the blade or on the tang. Rather neat knife. Next we have the Peter Carey Mini Nitro with Brown G10 handle, and it is a frame lock. Absolutely fantastic opening. Satin blade, ATS 34 blade steel. Just absolutely beautiful. Actually, I don't know if it is ATS 34. Because I bought this knife secondhand. I don't know why I'm thinking it's ATS 34. Oh, that's why. CPM 154. Because it says on the inside of the handle. So right in there, it's actually etched, as well as the serial number. I wonder if he still does that. We will see, because the next knife is also another custom Peter Carey. and it is the Tauri with Brown G10. Very cool knife right here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Absolutely flawless action. About 3.5-inch blade. Has a dragon spine, as he calls it. Runs on caged bearings. 3D milled pocket clip. Just an absolutely beautiful custom knife. Purchased this one directly from Peter Carey at the Blade Show 2016 lottery. Just absolutely beautiful. And I was actually the first one picked at that lottery. And lastly, we have an Ernie Emerson custom. I got this directly from Ernie Emerson at the Blade Show, I think it was 2017 lottery. Yeah, Blade Show 2017. And this is the Cqc Seven Flipper. So a very sought after custom Ernie Emerson. You have canvas micarta handles, titanium bolsters, chisel ground. Absolutely beautiful. And one of the interesting things is that it is a zero grind. So that primary bevel goes all the way down to the edge. It has the flipper as well, right there. Just a beautiful knife. And definitely not a common knife either. Runs on bearings. Very nice this one is. So that is the conclusion of my custom knife collection. These are the ones that I currently own. I'll probably sell off some of them because this is more custom knives than I've ever had in the past. Although I'll probably keep my Peter Carey, or at least one Peter Carey. I'll definitely keep that. I don't know. Oh, it never sell. I don't know. I like knives. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my custom knife collection update. Hopefully most of it was in frame because it was the focus point on my camera was like often like this corner at the beginning of the video until about halfway through. So let me know what you guys think. Which one of these is your favorite? I know a lot of people are going to either pick the Emerson or the Peter Carey Tauri. Those are definitely fantastic knives. But each one tells its own story about how I got it, who I got it from. And that's one of the things I like about knives is each one that I own tells its own story. Whether I know that story or it may tell that story for somebody else. And but I don't know where I was going there. But anyways, thank you for watching. See you guys later. Have a great day.